Guys, welcome to Skull and Mortar. Last week we showed you a first look at the Char-Griller Gravity 980, and today we are gonna put it to the test. Our first test is gonna be the pork butt. If you can't cook a pork butt, there's not really even any point. The pork butt is literally one of the easiest, most forgiving meats to cook. So we're gonna start with the pork butt. We're gonna put this classic to the test and find out, can the gravity feed do the basics? We're gonna go ahead and put some score marks in the fat cap. We're gonna keep this cook really basic. We're just gonna grab our Skull and Mortar rub, available at skullandmortar.com, and we are gonna give it a healthy coat of rub. Because like I said, we're just gonna keep this super basic. We just wanna find out, can we get the smoke flavor? Can we get the pork cook right? We're not doing anything fancy here at all. We wanna make sure that we get all four sides. Just get a real good coating there. Now we're gonna let this sit for probably about 15 minutes or so, just to kind of let it dry brine for a minute, pull out some of that moisture, and then we're gonna get it onto the smoker. I'm gonna go hot and fast, so I got the smoker at 300 degrees. All right, so you can see some of this moisture started to come out of the meat, which is exactly what we wanted. It's almost turned our rub into a paste. So now, again, I wanna catch all my moisture in here because it's such a basic cook. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna throw it all the way over here because next week's video, we're filming it at the same time and it's gonna be a banger. So we got the pork in here. We're gonna go ahead and slam this bad boy down and we'll check on it in a couple hours. All right, so our pork is looking good. It's got the good foundations of bark on it. I tore this little piece off here to see how the bark was tasting. I was a little nervous that it maybe was gonna be over smoked, but it tastes great. So I'm gonna use some cheap dollar store foil, which you should never use because it's literal trash. Oh my God, this is why you don't use dollar store. Look, this is why. It literally just comes right apart. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this now because we wanna keep all the moisture in and we just want that moisture to use itself to break down the meat. All right, we're gonna get our pork back on the smoker. We're gonna keep the temperature at 300 degrees and we're gonna let this go. It's gonna be another couple hours. I'd say about 3 at this point. We should be up to about a 205 internal temperature. Our pork butt here is up to temperature, so now it's time to pull it, and we're gonna let it rest for about an hour. I'm gonna put it in the oven because it's insulated. I feel like it does as good a job as a cooler, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys, I have not even looked at this yet, so we're gonna get a first look right now. What does the pork butt coming out of the Char-Griller Gravity feed look like? Look at that. It's got a nice bark on it. Look at that, great, tons of juice in here. Comes right apart. See, let's find the bone. Although, I mean, obviously this is a no-brainer right here. I don't even know where the bone's at. It's somewhere in there, but look at that. That bone's gonna come clean. Now you can see a good smoke ring in here, so you can tell you got a good smoke penetration. And again, just look at how flawlessly that comes apart. Well, there's only one thing left to do, my friends, and that's to take a bite of this pork right here. It's good. I mean, obviously it's tender, you can tell. It's got a nice smoke flavor to it. I mean, really, it's easy. It was just as easy as a pellet grill. Now the only difference is mid-cook, I did have to add some more charcoal to it, which I wouldn't have had to do with the pellet grill, obviously. But if you're looking for ease, if you're looking for set it and forget it, this is about it, man. Let's taste a little bit of that bark. Fire. Look at that. And obviously we caught all this moisture, so there's no way this thing isn't gonna taste good. I wonder. Look at that. Just look at it. I'm gonna have me another bite. Well, I love it. The smoke flavor. God, the smoke flavor on it's great. It really has just like a deep, rich smoke flavor. My friends, if you asked yourself, can this smoker cook fire barbecue? This pork butt is killer. Well guys, I'm pretty happy with this cook. I think it's a great first cook. I love the smoke flavor. It's deep, it's rich, it penetrates. The meat is cooked perfectly. I caught all the juice in the pan because I don't want to scrape it all off the bottom, so you know it's going to be juicy. The thing is, we still have to test one more classic piece of meat to find out if this can stand the test of barbecue something. I can't think of anything clever to say, but we got to do a brisket. And you might have been able to tell by watching this video. We filmed a brisket at the same time. So next, we're gonna cook a brisket in the 980. You can tell the pork hit. Killing it, look at it. What is the brisket gonna be? Well, tune in and find out. Oh guys, before I leave you, there's one thing you gotta remember. That's to go to skullandmortar.com and check out my stuff. But there's another thing. So there's really two things you have to remember, and that is there are no rules in cooking, all right? Cook good, eat good, live your best life. I'll see you next week. Skullandmortar.com. What's up, guys?